The Colorado Railroad Museum brings Colorado's rich railroad heritage to life. The museum is on track. See what we did there with a packed summer schedule and Colorado Railroad Heritage Week, which is coming up soon. Here to tell us more about all of this and everything that's going on this summer is the museum's executive director, Paul Hammond. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. We appreciate it. So we'll start with this because I grew up right nearby the Railroad Museum and remember going almost every weekend, it felt like, to the Railroad Museum because I loved it so much. So it's special for me to have you here as well.
Well, the Railroad Museum is still consistently ranked as one of Denver's top 10 attractions.
There you go. I had good taste.
Well, you did have good taste. There's actually even more going on than when you were coming along. We've got trains now running Thursday through Sunday every week during the summer. Lots of different activities, something called Thrilling Thursday every Thursday. And then on Saturdays and Sundays, along with what's going on with the train rides, we also have some activities like trying your hand at the turntable, other things to keep you busy.
Very cool. Love that. So tell us a little bit about Railroad Heritage Week and why railroads are so important to Colorado.
Well, think about what the alternative was. You could take a horse or you could walk until 1870. And all of a sudden, along comes this new technology and the state settles. And that's why we become a state by 1876. Without the railroads, we would be a very different place. So that heritage is pretty hard to overlook.
Quite literally, without the railroad, Colorado as we know it, Denver as we know it, for example, would not be here.
They would be here, but it would be a very small place, and not a lot would be going on.
Denver was built around the railroads, exactly. So tell us a little bit about what you have at the museum. How far back can we go in that history?
Well, we actually have Colorado's oldest existing locomotive, and some of the cars that go back to about 1880.
Wow.
We've got the oldest operating steam locomotive in the state. We've got the biggest coal-fired steam locomotive in the state. So we've got some of the icons of Colorado Railroad heritage. And then, of course, this state has got heritage all over the place, and that's part of the fun. The state has got some of the top 4 out of 10 top railroad attractions are in this state.
Very cool. And you also have Thomas the Tank Engine, right?
Thomas is coming. He'll be here for 3 weekends in September. Those tickets are going to go on sale at the end of July. And so, that's another thing for everybody to watch out for because, peep, peep, Thomas is coming.
I got to tell you, Thomas the Tank Engine at the Railroad Museum was one of the staples of my childhood.
It's one of the favorites still. And
Love
Thomas is now an international brand, so my gosh, he's actually grown.
He's gotten even more famous.
He has.
Very cool, and a perfect thing to do maybe for Father's Day coming up this weekend. Thomas
Absolutely.
won't be there, but
Thomas won't be there, but
coming to the Railroad
bring
Museum.
Dad, bring Grandpa, have a great time because, dads and trains, what could be better except maybe bring the family too.
Exactly. Okay, before we go, give us a little whistle. There you go, all aboard. We appreciate you being here, Paul.
Thanks so
in
much.
the Railroad Museum. Go visit it because it's a lot of fun.